Archangel Michael says, there is a moment that just shifted in the spiritual world, and it has your daughter's name on it. She is unaware, but a force has started to encircle her, one that wishes to dim her light before she rises. You are being warned now because the next few hours are crucial. The danger is not in the physical, but what lurks behind the veil, in silence, in the shadow of dreams and influence. A woman who carries envy in her soul has spoken words over your daughter's destiny with the intent to mislead her path. She knows not the truth, but the spirit behind those whispers has made a pact to distract her. Archangel Michael says, your daughter's light is pure, but that purity makes her a target for forces that fear it. Someone near her has disguised themselves as a mentor or friend, but they are being used as a vessel to pull her away from you. She is being spiritually groomed to trust what will eventually harm her. The spirit trying to reach her is not ordinary. It has moved through generations, always hiding behind compliments and kind smiles. Now, it seeks to place your daughter into its chain of manipulation, through subtle influence and false wisdom. Type Amen to get blessing 333. In the last few days, you might have noticed her pulling away, being more silent, or becoming obsessed with something new. That's not by accident. A frequency has been introduced around her, a vibration foreign to her soul, and it's disrupting her inner voice. She has started to question what she once loved. Her natural talents, her joy, even her connection to you. This isn't teenage confusion, it's spiritual manipulation in disguise. Comment if you feel a shift around your daughter lately. What you're sensing is real. That tight feeling in your chest when she leaves the room is not overreaction, your instincts have been activated. The entity behind this wants her to turn cold, to be independent in a way that is isolated, not empowered. It wants her to reject your guidance so it can imprint a false path. And if you delay intervention, it could cost her something that takes years to reclaim. Type Amen to get blessing 444. A recent invitation your daughter received, whether to a group, event, or even a new friendship, was planted. Someone is pulling strings in the unseen to bring her closer to an altered destiny. You were left out of the conversation on purpose, because they know your presence carries spiritual resistance. Archangel Michael says, you are not powerless. This message is sent not to scare, but to awaken the warrior within you. Your role is not only parental, it is divine guardian over her energy, especially now. Your daughter is sensitive to energies, even if she doesn't talk about it. She may be dreaming more, seeing things that make her uncomfortable, or having changes in mood that confuse her. These are signs that her aura is under spiritual influence. Don't confront her in anger or fear. That would push her deeper into their plan. Instead, surround her silently with protective energy, speak over her when she sleeps, and bring peace into the home. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The woman involved in this plot may appear to be kind and spiritual. She may speak of enlightenment, healing, or positivity. But her roots are grounded in self-serving manipulation, and your daughter's future is being used as fuel for her agenda. A photograph was shared without your knowledge. Your daughter's picture was used in a spiritual gathering or online forum where rituals of attraction and dominance are performed. That moment opened a door to your household. But it can be sealed again. Archangel Michael says, begin with protection immediately. Anoint your daughter's shoes with a small amount of clean oil and say words of clarity and truth as you do. Place a stone of grounding, like obsidian or black tourmaline, where she keeps her daily belongings. This is not superstition, it is a direct spiritual instruction. Physical acts anchor spiritual intention, and right now, your daughter needs anchors that bind her to light, not illusion. Type Amen to get blessing 777. A few nights ago, someone lit a candle with your daughter's name in mind. The candle was red, and their lips moved with envy as they whispered over it. This act was meant to summon confusion, attraction to the wrong people, and rebellion against family order. Your daughter may soon speak words that seem out of character. She may defend people who do not protect her, or become attached to someone she barely knows. These changes are not just behavioral, they are signs of spiritual invasion. The air in your home may feel heavier lately. Electronics may act strange around her, or animals may avoid her when normally they wouldn't. These are all signs that her energy field has been touched. Comment now if you've noticed her speaking more about a certain woman, teacher, or friend. That person is a spiritual carrier, and your daughter's light threatens them. Their smile hides jealousy, they want your daughter to be shaped in their image, not her own. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, timing is critical. This woman will try to offer her something soon, an item, a gift, or even advice. It will appear kind, but it's a spiritual hook. Do not allow her to accept anything new without your discernment. A prayer was made for your daughter without your permission. Though it sounded good on the surface, it was a prayer cloaked in spiritual bondage. It was never about her growth. It was about her silence. Your daughter carries a gift that many spiritual forces would pay to mute. She is a future healer, speaker, creator, and protector. But if this manipulation continues, she may walk into the role of a puppet instead of a prophet. Stay awake. Don't dismiss her changes as growing pains. This is not about hormones or mood swings. This is a deliberate, targeted attack designed to disconnect her from you, and from her higher destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You may have heard her hum a new melody or repeat a phrase lately. It may sound strange or repetitive. That is an echo from the ritual performed around her. That sound has been looping in her subconscious as a signal. Remove any object in her room that makes you uncomfortable. Even if it was a gift. Even if it was recent. That discomfort is not paranoia, it's divine sensitivity. A spiritual veil is being laid over your daughter's eyes so she can't see danger clearly. It is making her feel emotionally numb toward people who love her. It wants her alone, vulnerable, and willing to follow strangers. Archangel Michael says, the angels are already surrounding her, but your permission and action will strengthen their hold. Speak her full name and declare that her path is hers alone. No spirit, human, or hidden influence will alter it without your consent. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Be aware of conversations she's had online recently. A woman she follows or listens to is using coded spiritual messages to pull her away from truth. These videos or posts seem innocent, but the spirit behind them is cunning and ancient. Your daughter's spiritual journey was supposed to bloom naturally. But someone is forcing her through shortcuts that will rob her of identity and turn her into a reflection of their failed path. This cannot continue. In her dreams, she may be encountering unfamiliar faces or feeling fear when she wakes. That's because her spirit is sensing battles you cannot yet see. But even when she sleeps, you can still fight. Comment below if you are ready to take back what was stolen. Your daughter needs your spiritual covering now more than ever. Her light is not gone, it is just being dimmed temporarily by envy and interference. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The shift will happen in the next few days. You will see her eyes begin to return. Her laughter will become real again. But it will only last if the protection remains active. Someone is planning to invite her into a new environment, school, retreat, online group, designed to isolate her from your voice. You must question the source of this invitation. Trust your instincts. She is not lost, she is waiting for someone to spiritually show up for her. Be that guide. Be that shield. Be that source of divine clarity. Archangel Michael says, your home can become a sacred field of protection, but you must seal the gates, digital, emotional, and spiritual. This is a war for her future, and your strength is already recognized in heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you believe your daughter is worth protecting, now is the time. This is the call to action. The spiritual world is awake, watching, recording, and it is your move. Repeat her name before she sleeps. Call the light to hover over her thoughts. Speak life into her even when she can't hear it. Because when the time comes, and she realizes she was being pulled into the wrong arms, she'll remember who kept her tethered. You. The one who heard the message and acted. The one who refused to stay silent. The moment your daughter returns home, a presence walks in behind her. You may not see it with physical eyes, but its vibration lingers, watching, listening, waiting. This presence thrives on confusion, and it attaches itself to open wounds of pain, insecurity, or curiosity. You must cleanse the environment where she sleeps. Her pillow, her clothes, even her mirror, these are gates. The entity has tried to reach her through reflection, through scent, through music. Comment if your daughter has been acting more irritated lately. That's not just stress, it's spiritual resistance, as her soul pushes against a binding that was never meant to be placed upon her. She doesn't even know it's happening. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You are not fighting flesh and blood. You are standing before a storm that whispers through people, through screens, through unseen corridors of thought. That storm will pretend to be harmless, will act like your daughter's awakening, but in truth, it is a quiet prison. You have the key to her freedom. She was chosen long before this world ever tried to name her. There is divine purpose inked into her skin, and that is why darkness is chasing her so young. This is not about rebellion, this is about redirection. Someone is using colors, symbols, and coded phrases to train her spirit to accept what is not of light. This programming is ancient, it's been used in secret societies and false spiritual teachings to make pure souls forget who they are. But she still has a choice. Archangel Michael says, your presence in this battle is like thunder. Your love is not weak, it's the weapon they fear most. When you walk into a room with authority, their whispers fall silent. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You must check her notebook, her journal, her recent drawings. They may appear normal, but hidden in them are signs, shapes, repeated names, symbols of protection or binding that were not hers to begin with. She may not remember where she saw them, but that's how the darkness works, it plants and waits. A spiritual seed was placed in her subconscious during a recent sleepover, or gathering, where another child or woman had already been spiritually marked. The contamination spread. But it can be uprooted. Don't argue with her when she becomes defensive. That reaction isn't truly hers, it is the spiritual influence defending its ground. Speak to her soul, not her anger. Comment if she has been listening to new music that unsettles you or watching videos you wouldn't approve of. These channels were recommended to her not by coincidence, but by algorithmic design to open her to what's behind the veil. Type Amen to get blessing 636. There is a window of time, exactly 9 days, where you must perform daily spiritual covering over her. On each day, stand near her door and declare truth into the atmosphere. Even if she doesn't hear you, the spiritual realm does. You must also cut the cords of communication from one person who keeps texting her, DMing her, or calling late at night. That person's messages carry energy. And your daughter doesn't have the spiritual shield yet to discern between interest and influence. Your daughter's path is sacred. She was meant to birth something for this generation. But if her energy is hijacked, she may spend years in recovery rather than creation. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid of confrontation. Righteous love shakes foundations." The spirit that is after her will tremble the moment you speak her name with sacred fire in your voice. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Cleanse the space where she bathes, where she rests, and where she charges her phone. Use music of high frequency, clear water with spoken truth, and intentional touch. Let her room become a sanctuary again. Not a stage for unseen forces. Your daughter might resist at first. She might roll her eyes or claim she knows what she's doing. But her soul is listening. It's waiting for you to war for her when she cannot fight. Comment now if you feel like a barrier has come between you two recently. That is not your imagination, it is strategy. They are dividing to conquer. Remove the newest item she received from a female friend, earrings, scarf, bracelet, even a crystal or pen. It was charged with frequency. It is not just decoration, it is an anchor. Type Amen to get blessing 919. She's starting to lose connection with time. She may wake at strange hours, feel drained after sleeping, or forget important things. That is spiritual time distortion, an early symptom of influence. A woman who once smiled in your presence now carries silent disdain in her heart toward your household. She has made herself appear safe to your daughter, but she holds no good intention. Her spirit rejoices in your daughter's rebellion. Someone is using mirror magic or ancestral manipulation to link themselves to your daughter's energy. This is why your daughter may suddenly feel pulled to certain people, even if she can't explain why. It's not affection, it's enchantment. Archangel Michael says, declare this battle over before they think they've won. Your voice carries the thunder of heaven. Your declaration will become the lightning bolt that severs this demonic bond. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Mark your daughter's bedpost with the sign of protection. No one needs to see it. But let the spiritual world recognize your household as a place of fire, not fear. If your daughter recently bought something secondhand, clothes, books, jewelry, check it again. Something was passed down that shouldn't have entered your home. Energy lives in objects when left unclaimed. Comment now if you've seen her withdraw from old friends. That's because the new ones have already started imprinting their thoughts into her. Their influence is louder now than yours. But that can change. She will not be lost. She will not fall. She will not be taken by the silence or seduced by shadow. But she must be covered daily until the light breaks through again. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Soon, there will be a confrontation. Your daughter may speak harsh words to you, words she wouldn't normally say. Do not take them personally. They were whispered to her spirit before they came to her lips. She may say she wants distance, that she needs space. That's not her voice, that's the voice of the one who wants to operate in the absence of your wisdom. Don't let her go alone. Archangel Michael says, place your hand on her shoulder in prayer, even if she pulls away. Even brief physical touch between parent and child transmits divine authority. That one gesture can disrupt the spirit that's trying to lead her. What was stolen will be returned. What was manipulated will be corrected. What was whispered in shadow will be shouted out by truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You were chosen as her guide. Heaven trusted you with this soul for a reason. She has a lineage that must continue, and you are the protector of that legacy. A spiritual test has arrived disguised as a new opportunity in her life. You must discern the trap beneath the beauty. Not all open doors are meant to be walked through. Check under her bed, behind her mirror, and in her digital life. Cleanse what does not resonate with your spirit. Your discomfort is often the greatest divine clue. Comment if you are ready to fight with love and wisdom. This battle won't be won by fear, but by light that refuses to flicker, even when the wind howls. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This is not the end, it is the beginning of her awakening. But your presence will determine whether she rises or falls. Don't delay. The one who tried to interfere will be exposed soon. Their intentions, their jealousy, and their spiritual contracts will come to light. But only once your daughter is sealed in safety. You must speak over her future, not just her present. Name her gifts. Name her strength. Name the woman she is becoming. Archangel Michael says, you have been anointed for this moment. Your roar will not go unheard in the spirit realm. Your child's destiny will not be stolen. Archangel Michael says, there is still time, but the sand in the hourglass is falling fast. The moment her eyes meet the wrong guidance one more time, a spiritual mark will deepen, making it harder for her to return to truth. That is why this message has arrived urgently, before another shadow binds to her innocence. You have to notice the signs that others overlook. If she flinches at certain words, it's because her soul is torn between two frequencies, yours, and the one whispering to her through another source. Every hesitation, every pause in her usual laughter, every new coldness, those are spiritual bruises, invisible but real. Comment if she started using strange phrases, especially ones she never used before. That's not just influence, it's recitation. She is unknowingly echoing the mindset of the woman who's manipulating her behind closed veils. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Your daughter might have stopped praying or spending quiet moments in reflection. That stillness she once had, gone. Because the spirit trying to invade her knows silence is where she regains clarity, so it replaces it with noise, distraction, and false light. Someone introduced her to a phrase that carries a spell in disguise. A sentence that seems harmless, but in the spiritual realm, it opens a portal of emotional disconnection and misguided loyalty. She repeats it because it was embedded in her energetically. Look at the dreams she's been writing lately. Even if she hasn't shared them, there are details. Figures, colors, settings, that tell you what she's fighting. There's something in those dreams trying to convince her that you are the enemy, not the protector. This is a dangerous illusion, and if it succeeds, it will take her further from your voice and deeper into confusion. She will stop listening, not because she doesn't care, but because she believes lies are truth, and truth is control. Type Amen to get blessing 234. You may have felt a physical heaviness in your body recently when you passed by her room. That isn't your imagination, it's resistance. The forces around her are trying to make you feel unworthy, tired, or irrelevant. They know if they can weaken you, they can win her. But you were chosen because your presence alone burns away deception. You were not given this child just to raise her, you were placed as her anchor, her shield, her spiritual defender. And no spirit, human or otherwise, has the authority to change that. There's a scent you might have noticed in your home that wasn't there before, sweet but strange, maybe even metallic or herbal. That is residue from the energy someone tried to project onto her. When your daughter brings something new into the house, those energies cling until you drive them out. Burn a protective incense, cleanse the air, and speak, no energy formed against her shall linger. Her body is sacred. Her thoughts are hers alone. Repeat it while walking through her room. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Archangel Michael says, this woman has tried spiritual mimicry, pretending to carry your daughter's energy. Through social media posts, through imitation, through copying her tone and presence. It is a form of identity theft in the spiritual realm, and if not stopped, your daughter will begin to lose herself. You may hear her say, I'm just figuring things out. But underneath that statement is a spirit of wandering, a dangerous one. This isn't just a phase, it's a design. It's been crafted in silence, behind closed doors, fueled by spiritual envy. Your daughter was never meant to follow. She was meant to lead. But false teachers can blur the line between submission and purpose. And this woman who smiles with sweet words is planting silent rebellion inside her heart. Comment below if your daughter has recently shifted her fashion, her hair, or even her handwriting. These are signs of spiritual imprinting. Her identity is being reshaped by someone who envies what she was born with. Type Amen to get blessing 828. At night, your daughter may wake up feeling watched. She might feel like she can't rest deeply, or wakes gasping. That is the spiritual war touching her dreams. She is not fully possessed, but she is being pursued in the realm of spirit. If your daughter has suddenly become fascinated with certain symbols, eyes, serpents, moons, or animal totems, take it seriously. Someone is trying to align her energy with the wrong current. Those aren't fashion trends, they are assignments. Archangel Michael says, don't be afraid to speak out loud in the room she sleeps in. Your words carry thunder in the spiritual world. Declare, return to her what was stolen. Bind what was loosed over her. Her soul belongs to light. That woman who introduced her to the false path, she has done this before, to others. But she has never encountered a parent like you. She didn't expect this divine retaliation. That's why things are starting to shake. Type Amen to get blessing 171. If your daughter has recently lost interest in the things that made her happy, that is not depression, it is redirection of energy. That woman is pulling your daughter towards shadow by stealing her joy first. Joy is the doorway to calling. Check her mirror. Mirrors can be used as spiritual doorways, especially in the rooms of the sensitive. If it faces her bed, cover it when she sleeps. It is reflecting more than her face. Remove any dream catcher that wasn't gifted in love. Not all objects of culture are blessed. Some carry ancient bindings when acquired from the wrong hands. Comment now if her friendships changed quickly, new friends appeared, old ones fell away without reason. That's a spiritual clearing performed by the woman who wants full influence. She's separating your daughter from her original tribe.